Medan Tzu Chi volunteers have to repair a local mosque for the Muslims to pray in a larger space. The chairman of Labs visited Hualien, Jing Si Abode to learn about Tzu Chi's four missions. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Maggie. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers in Medan assisted Indonesian National Air Defense Command in repairing a mosque. The renovated mosque has a larger space and can accommodate 200 officers and soldiers, allowing them to have a better environment to pray.
After 5 months of renovation, the mosque in the National Air Defense Command has a new look.
Kepada Yayasan Buddha Tzu Chi Indonesia yang telah
Thank you, Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter, for giving us such a nice present.
Batu Salam ini yang hari ini bertepatan dengan tanggal 29.
It is a blessing for Tzu Chi to be able to help renovate the mosque because it is recognized from everyone.
Ditunjuk, dipercayain.
The mosque is white in color, which symbolizes it is secret. It is larger than before and can accommodate more than 200 people. It was meaningful to hand it over during Eid. Even if religions are different, it is hoped that officers can have a better praying environment to calm their mind.
In May, Buddhists celebrate Vesak and Muslims also celebrate Eid al-Fitr. During the epidemic prevention period, this year's holiday was especially difficult. Therefore, the Buddhist organization in Jakarta distributed half food to Muslim friends.
This temple in Western District of Jakarta became an epidemic prevention aid center during the outbreak. Volunteers from Indonesia Buddhist Association distribute lunch boxes to Muslim friends. During the epidemic, business in many restaurants or vendors was affected. Therefore, volunteers order meals from them and distribute meals to the Muslim. It is hoped that the catering will continue to operate while reducing the burden of life for Muslims. People distribute lunch boxes every day in this area, regardless of race or religion. Volunteers are meant to help those in need.
Pembagian nasi bungkus ini, kami ini tidak melihat latar belakang yang menerima.
We distribute lunch boxes regardless of race, as long as the people passing by can get them for free if needed. We observed people who accepted the lunchbox at the scene, and they were very happy. So we are happy to share our love.
Ataupun dari teman-teman ini menerima nasi bungkus dengan penuh rasa berkah.
This activity initiated by Buddhist organization is well received by the society. One of the express drivers who signed up with Grab as private hire vehicle has no income at all during the epidemic. Accepting lunch boxes for dinner reduce daily expenses.
Ini sangat membantu sekali dengan banyaknya orang yang di luar sana yang butuh mencukupi.
This is very helpful to us because there are still many people who can't get enough food and meals. I hope that it not only inspires the public to help out, but also the government.
Melainkan merupakan elemen dari pihak pemerintah ataupun mereka yang mempunyai
ngebantu banget bang, apalagi kita.
It is helpful to have a free meal to eat because there are no passengers now. Usually we leave home at 4 in the morning and have no passengers until the afternoon. Now many people work from home and it's not necessary to take a cab.
Susah kita buat nyari sewaan gitu.
A total of 823 lunch boxes were distributed by the Buddhist Association. They hope to inspire people from all walks of life to care for people in need during the epidemic.
The National Applied Research Laboratories Chairman Chen Liangji has visited Dharma Master Jing Yan in Hualien, Jing Si Abode personally to understand Tzu Chi's four missions more fundamentally. The corporation seeks to integrate technology and charity in hopes to provide the society more extended assistance.
防灾、赈灾、公益科技与科普教育的推广合作，请签署。
The National Applied Research Laboratories has signed a memorandum of understanding with Tzu Chi recently. The chairman Chen Liangji and his wife visited Hualien in person to understand Tzu Chi's four missions and the needs for technologies.
I often say that we are applying technology to guide human beings.
This kind of spirit is hard to see when doing research, but through cooperation with different missions of Tzu Chi, you can immediately see the passion. This is what we find very exciting.
They've also visited Dharma Master Jing in Jing Si Abode and proposed to use artificial intelligence and advanced studies to innovate the charity, medicine, education, and humanistic culture missions. Also to host different seminars to promote the integration of technology and charity.
点滴点滴啦，付出，咱为社会啦，会当做真多，人人有爱。 所以要赶紧的，人才是在教育，教育真重要。将教育的人才，让大家人要有心共一个方向，才有法度去发展伊的志业。
The academic research of the NAR Labs collaborates with Tzu Chi's network to help those in need, which shows the interactions between technology and humanistic cultures. They hope that in the future, the corporation can provide the society more accurate assistance regarding disaster relief, education promotion, and medical techniques. Taiwan has one 73-year-old care recipient, Mrs. Guo, who had to work to help pay off her son's debts. She unexpectedly was injured in a car accident, leading to 3 operations on her brain. Recently, Tzu Chi helped install guardrails for her.
因为他是车祸，脑部受伤，开了3次刀。上个月来的时候，他就跟我们讲说他跌倒了，所以我们就申请了帮他装扶手这样子。
这个你换还会轻嘛，对吧？
The original handrail is very loose and light. If you took a bath and exerted yourself, you could fall because it is dangerous. Therefore, we decided to install an extra handrail here, which is strong and safer.
Helping meet the needs of care recipient Mrs. Guo is their first goal. After they finished installation in the bathroom, they took a look at the route she usually travels to see if more work is needed.
Ooh, it's very stable. Thank you, thank you.
73-year-old Mrs. Guo went out to work to pay off her son's debts 2 years ago. While working, she suffered a very serious car accident, and the cost of medical treatment sunk the family into misfortune. Tzu Chi was able to apply for subsidies for her.
Each month we come and visit. We see if her health is recovering and chat with her and comfort her. We try to share some of the Master's Dharma with her.
The companionship of Tzu Chi volunteers has helped comfort this woman, and her health made a dramatic improvement. She has also been inspired to help other people out.
What do I intend to do with this money? I want to donate it. I want to give to Tzu Chi to help other people. You are also compassionate. If I can help, I definitely want to help.
She wants to use this money so that Tzu Chi can help more people. Later, if her health is better and she has the chance, she wants to look after other people.
Volunteers share their love with this individual and have helped the Guo family become stronger and more self-reliant.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the New York government has implemented a shelter-in-place order for 2 months. A local Tzu Chi family promoted vegetarianism by setting up an internet channel, doing good deeds which are beneficial to the environment and human beings.
Which disproved the geocentric belief that
Facing the computer screen to learn online, this is the daily routine of New York students after the implementation of shelter-in-place orders.
Work as it should.
Stella, who just started high school, has a heavy schedule of schoolwork. Attending online classes has added challenges to her study, and even lab classes are virtual.
The computer gives you directions for what to do, like drag this over here and you use your mouse to drag it over there.
And like you see the results, but it's not as real and you don't really get to experience it firsthand.
But online learning also has advantages. Della, who likes dancing, used to go to bed at midnight because of study and dance activities. Now she has less commuting time and can arrange time to do what she wants.
After school ends, I go to dance, and dance ends pretty late, around 8 o'clock. So I would always go to bed really late, and it would be really hard for me to wake up in the morning, and I would always be really tired. But now, since I'm stuck at home all day, I finish school pretty early, and then now I have extra time to do things I love.
The biggest reward for my children is that they have learned to work slowly. In the slow working process, they learn to enjoy and arrange their life. I think the most important thing is they learn to be more independent because they will think more about what they should do.
Nikki Wu, the mother in the Lin family, has been a vegetarian for more than 10 years. Cooking is her main interest outside of work. Because of the epidemic, she responds to the call to promote vegetarianism with her daughter.
I spend more time thinking, but allowing her to do it by herself. I just stay with her. In the process of our interaction, she found that the original ingredients are so interesting. The same ingredient can make so many different dishes, just like doing an experiment, so she likes to try every taste.
In order to get more people to learn about vegetarian food, Nikki will spend a lot of time to study recipes. The whole family even worked together to make videos and set up a channel on the internet to introduce the advantages of vegetarianism for health and the planet.
One of the magical power of food is that it can really inspire a person's mind. Once inspired, it has a certain degree of happiness, which does not only drive oneself, but also his friends around him. Before, it seems to be very difficult for the whole family to sit down and have a meal together. So I think it is a special gift given by the pandemic, allowing us to sit together to have a good meal.
Because of the pandemic, people have resumed a simple life and spend more time with their family. It is also a good chance to cultivate compassion for all living creatures by adopting a vegetarian diet.
The campus vegetarian campaign for the past 2 months has come to an end. Volunteers prepared the lunch for the Lost Day with a blessing bag that's got vegetarian recipes and a prayer card on it, in hopes that the concept of a healthy diet can continue to spread. The cooking volunteers are cooking vegetarian dishes for the last day of the campus lunch delivery. Volunteers cook with love in the kitchen.
It's the last time today, so we want a happy ending. We prepared a blessing bed with vegetarian recipes and a prayer card.
Volunteers box their love and wishes with the food to make the last day memorable.
When we eat the vegetarian lunch boxes at noon, the stomach doesn't feel too full or burdened. So many teachers are willing to choose vegetarian meals in addition to school lunch after work for their other meals.
Volunteers provided 6 meals within 2 months, and the vegetarian power is showing great responses in each elementary school.
Through this method, we let the teacher know that vegetarian food can be so delicious and it can bring us health. Through the teachers being good examples, the promotion might be more effective.
Though the lunch delivery campaign is coming to an end, the concept of a healthy diet and loving the earth have taken root in teachers' and students' minds. At 5-year-old Yu Haochen began eating a vegetarian diet, and now he is 9 years old. He is tall and strong despite being born premature. Let's meet this boy who has a kind and gentle heart.
This third-grade student is watching the latest pandemic information quite closely.
What am I doing? I'm weaving this bracelet. I already told you that I want to make this donation to the world.
This young child is so full of compassion that he has inspired 5 or 6 classmates to purchase these bracelets for charitable sales to help others.
这个可以当成手环，也可以给女生绑头发。
所以这是他募的会员。
我也有。
就直接来问了。
对，直接在 FB 问。
Many people saw this on Facebook and told me that they wanted to purchase one. The second day, I went to school and my classmates donated money, which made me happy because some didn't want a bracelet. They just want to donate. Later, I learned that everyone has a little virtue in them to give to fight COVID-19 in our country.
我们种下一颗好的种子呀，长枝发芽，变成花。 花好漂亮。
好重哦！要做什么？要完成施工的愿呐！感恩你啊！
Doing these kind of actions before the age of 5, he has already started cultivating himself.
My dad is always drinking alcohol.
At the age of 6, his desire to see his mother and father join the ranks of volunteers.
字要坚强哦，要常常保持这么有爱心哦，那么聪明有智慧的孩子。
我觉得我爸爸。
I think that my father is great because this time when he came back, he gave us cigarettes.
触动悲心戒口欲，慈心如树起良人。
那你自己调味，等一下看会不会太咸？等一下如果太咸，你要自己吃。
After being a vegetarian in kindergarten, his father also changed his ways and followed the dharmas. The family is happily doing good deeds to help others, and this premature baby has seen his health dramatically improve.
It's a secret. I don't know how much he weighs. 40 kilograms. Oh, you have gained weight. Now 45 kilograms. That's incredible.
Malaysia and Singapore continue to enforce movement restriction orders on their residents, causing people like Tzu Chi volunteer Cho Yao-meng, who is a Chinese Malaysian but works in Singapore, unable to return to her job in the country. Nevertheless, Chow makes best use of her time by helping at the Tzu Chi Johor Bahru branch.
Doing some quality control with the plastic face shield parts, Chow Oi-ming is cutting the corners of the shield with much care. As she is unable to return to Singapore to make a living, Chow is making sure she doesn't waste her time at home.
Due to the movement control order, we do not have the freedom to go wherever we want. So when I come here to volunteer with my Dharma family, it feels good as well as fulfilled.
Chow originally had a lovely family. She and her husband both worked in Singapore and had a son together. However, a few years ago, a vehicular accident robbed her husband of his normality. Thus, the job of the family's main caretaker fell upon Chow. Now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, she made the tough decision to stay in Johor Bahru to take care of her family.
In March, I still had an income, and in April, I used up my paid vacation days. Then afterwards, it was on unpaid leave. Every company is downsizing. Because I am a little bit older and my physical strength is not as good as before, I'm worried about our future.
Facing the uncertainty with her job, Chow chooses to fulfill her spiritual needs and sees the silver lining in the pandemic instead of dwelling on the negative.
In the beginning, I wasn't used to not working, but what can I do? I'd end up accepting it by finding more ways to fulfill my spiritual means. Besides joining in the Dharma learning online, I will read books to enrich myself. It's in doing these things we can grow our wisdom, which in the end helps to nurture and calm our mind.
Besides self-cultivation, Chow loves to give of herself.
The master says we must be with the community, so it's right to just offer our service to those in need. In walking the Bodhisattva path, we should do as we preach and get involved.
Though the pandemic has disrupted her life, Chow has changed her mindset and began to give her services to society, which in the end has helped her see the positive in this uncertain time.
Starting from June 1st, Ili Xingyi's store will seamlessly take over as the latest 24-hour bookstore in Taiwan. Many are hoping that its geographical location, convenient transportation, and frequent visits by international travelers will make it successful. Furthermore, it will also accommodate more categories of books and has been recently remodeled with the addition of many special areas to become an important creative space for the public.
I'm personally looking forward to the change when Alice's 24-hour bookstore's operations will be taken over by the CE branch. There is the largest vinyl record store in Taiwan, and you can also sample wine and coffee, and there's even a 24-hour fresh supermarket here.
In addition to the bookstore, there is the concept of a mixed market or a smart market, like offering supermarket items or lifestyle goods and even music. This is a more dynamic way of shopping, and we hope to increase offering in this type of format.
I didn't expect a bookstore to have these types of things. It is quite convenient, and these types of cookies can be really appealing.
The soft sound of a piano flows to all corners of the store as pianists and others give live performances. This adds to the literary atmosphere as art and foreign language and even furnishings have attracted lots of foreign tourists to come and seek out books. In the future, every 2 weeks there will be celebrities and artists invited to speak, creating a strong first impression when entering the Xinyi branch.
In our foreign language area, we will add some highlights, such as word trends and books on the New York Times bestseller list. We hope to have more international displays here.
所有的调味料油品全部都是由我们诚品智慧市集书店超市所供应。
The bookstore has positioned itself as Taiwan's cultural window to the world. The 2.0 upgraded version, including nighttime operations. The bookstore has more than 170,000 books, which is 1.8 times more than the branch on Dunhua South Road, with the area being 2.5 times larger. Also, there are more independent areas for browsing. There's even food and coffee to accompany one, while they read, as well as other diverse services. However, some worry the basic function of a bookshop may be diluted.
I don't think it's about diluting the bookstore, but actually providing more options for customers and adding more dimensions to our store.
From the opening of this branch to the present moment, I will always come here. In the evening, I may often come here to find some inspiration.
Because I sometimes get up too early, and as it only opens at 11 o'clock, wouldn't it be great if I could go shopping at 5 o'clock in the morning?
When reading a book, one no longer needs to pretend. Instead, one can enjoy the pleasure quietly. One can also seek the pure sounds of a vinyl record, as this shop appeals to night owls and morning people, as any time of day is the perfect time to let your imagination wander at this bookstore.
Some companies invited elementary students to plant over 300 trees near the Qijing beach to provide Taiwan better air and future. Take a look and see you next time.